you've been in a cage so long, and you've been suppressed and beaten down and abused so much in every sense of the word. Your mind has took a beating, your emotions have took a beating, and you were forced to be trapped in this cage where you yourself was suffocating in your own essence, and you were made to suppress everything that you are. So now you have to bring it out. And we know it's going to be difficult, but nevertheless, you're going to have to bring it out because you're no longer in that cage. So don't suppress anymore. And it was very detailed, but the moral of the message was that some of us have been suppressed, and forced to not wallow, but suffocate in our own essence, right? We have so much to give to this world. But we, as empaths, we have extremely hard journeys. I don't know why that is, but I mean, it just seems that way to me. And not only from personal experience, I've witnessed other empaths, have a horrible journey too, not just myself. Especially when it comes to the scorpionic collective. I've witnessed so many Sun Scorpio people that have a really, really difficult journey, and they have to, completely come out of it and transform themselves. It's like they have to die completely on the inside in a way where all the humanness that we were forced to accept as ourselves, all the human ways, the protocols, the programming, the domesticated bullshit, is like that has suppressed most of us, and we have to kill it. We have to completely kill it because it never resonated with us. So once we do that, we have to rise up again and like rise up from the ashes in a way, and fully let ourselves out of that cage, out of that suppression, right? And in the meantime, I mean, yes, we're going through all this stuff, but at the same time, it's like we're helping other people through our energy. We're helping other people to evolve. It's like other people feed off our energy. And it's like we're just used as sustenance for other beings. And it's not a good place to be. So in the process of doing all that, it's like, I know in my personal journey, I've been so beat down, not only in my mind, in my emotions, in the physical. Just my presence alone seemed like a threat to other people. For whatever reason, I will never understand it. I mean, I have tried to put it in a perspective where I know that that's a journey that I must go through, and I understand it from a higher perspective where I'm able to see why everything happened, or why everything happens the way it does, and I'm able to go beyond what I see in the physical one. So in that way, it's like I don't personalize everything. I don't keep it in here where I say, well, I still have all these grudges or unforgiveness or whatever. No, I got rid of all that. But still, even after doing so much work on myself, after, working so diligently on myself, I do have a hard time coming back fully into myself, where I say, I'm able to flow all my essence that I have, or let's say the gifts that I have, the spiritual gifts that I have, just my whole being in itself. I have trouble just letting it out, completely, because I was beaten down for so long and so trusting with people. And in the way, it's like, I don't know how else to put it other than whenever you beat a dog down, and I'm not calling anybody a dog or myself or whatever, but it is like an example, right? When you beat an animal down and you have him tied up in a chain, and he's there for so long, and then you go to, whenever this animal comes and gets rescued, or the owner finally allows that animal to be free, takes the chain off and allows him to be him, he forgot what it was to be who he was, right? And even if he knows he's a dog and he can run free and he knows he's free, now he's just so used to that chain, he's so used to that beating, that he looks left and right and everywhere like, is that okay? It's like always being cautious in a way of, what if I get beat down again? What if, I'm going to get another backlash for this? If I go that way, or if I go this way, I'm going to be put down that chain again. It's that type of reaction that I now have over, being suppressed for so long, where my psyche took a complete beating through the narcissistic energy that has surrounded me all my life. My emotional state, I'm able to feel everybody's emotions, and just the way they used the emotional manipulative ways towards me, how they used them against me to suppress me, to abuse my being. It just went to an extreme. And I'm not only talking about one person, I'm talking about a lot of people through my life, and now that sometimes I really just want to flow. Like, I know what I have within me. I know, all this energy that I hold, and the gifts that I possess and everything. I just want to let them flow. And it's like there's always a, hold up. Maybe I shouldn't. Oof. Sorry. And I don't know about anybody out there, right? But me speaking from experience, or the journey that I've experienced, it's a bit difficult to completely flow in your gifts, your spiritual gifts, and just your essence, just completely let it go without having that subconscious thing in the back of your mind. Is it okay? But what if And it's not out of fear. I don't say it's out of fear. At first it was, but now it's not fear that I feel. It's this sort of like whenever you're getting ready to jump into, like, I don't know, a pond, a pool, just whatever. It feels like you're like I'm getting ready to jump down Niagara Falls, and I'm like, whoa. So it's a bit difficult for me. I've been like suffocating myself for so long, being suppressed by that narcissistic energy, all that freaking abuse in every which way and form, where it's like the attacks came at it everywhere and nowhere at the same time, because I was always, so gaslighted, and to the point that I started believing. I started believing, even though I saw the truth, I would be so emotionally manipulated and so twistedly suppressed that I would beat myself down. I would help that energy to beat me down. So it's like it felt like I was suffocating in my own energy. And now that I know what went on, it's like, wait, I suppressed all my me. I suppressed all my me just because people were afraid of my energy. Just because others decided to live a lie, right? And I couldn't do the same. I could not live the same as they did. I've never been able to, fake it in any sense of the word. And just because other people around me all my life, they lied to themselves. They were, however the heck, just tainted by their own lies, and they've forgotten who they were here to be, or what they are, who they are. God only knows. But since I knew who I was, I've always known who I've been. Ever since I can remember, I have memories since I was like real small, in the human meat set. I have memories from before I was birthed. I have memories before I came into the DNA strand. I have memories from, it just gets real crazy if I start describing the memories that I have. And it's not my imagination. I know this for a fact. And it's been, confirmed to me. So I know I'm not hallucinating. I know I'm not imagining this, because it's not like I just said one day and I'm like, no. It's just this memories within my being of who I am and the power that I hold. So it's not like I forgot who I was. I've never forgotten who I am, ever. Even when going through all that beatdown by so many people, even through all the backstabbing, even through all the betrayal and the physical abuse and all the trauma, I've never forgotten who I am. I know who I am. I've always known who I am. And nobody can take me from that. Nobody could take that away from me either. So, and I think that's what pissed that energy off the most. That it didn't matter how much it tried to beat me down. It didn't matter how much it targeted me. It didn't matter how much abuse it put on me, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Let's not talk about the spiritual, because spiritually, it has attacked me like a old freaking mob. Oh shit! It has tried to just mop the floors of hell with me. Like, hello. So yeah, it's been a good beat down, in my being. not only in the physical, tangible form, but in the spiritual sense. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. So, the true essence of me, the spiritual being that I am, is like this package, right, wrapped up in a little tiny human meat sack. And it's here to do what it does, and it has certain abilities. But it's been suppressed for so long, where I don't think I've seen my full potential. And for me to let it out completely, it's not that it's scary to me. It's that, in a way, I know the power that it holds, and it's going to be scary for other people, and I think that's part of having a difficult time, like, and I guess that's why, in a sense, I have that feeling of, I've been suppressed for so long in cage, that now to flow after so much beatdown, it's a bit cautious, right? Especially after, let's say, you've been genuine and straightforward with everybody in your life, right? Especially when you've done nothing but genuinely loved and gave yourself to other people, and did everything out of the core of your heart, in like this unconditional love towards them, not focus on their flaws, not seeing their flaws, not seeing all their darkness, not judging them for everything they were giving you, but just authentically being you with them. And in return, you got, what the hell did you get? What did I get? Good beat ass sound. Yeah. So I know it's going to be difficult, and it's not that it's scary. It's not scary. It's just, I guess, in a way, I'm cautious of the backlash, because if that backlash begins, if that backlash comes back, I'm not the same person that I was before. Not the same person that took the beating without, just, all right, I'm gonna let you beat me down. I'm gonna let you beat me down because it's best, and I'm gonna help you, and I'm gonna help you beat me down, because that's the best thing to do. Because I'd rather help you destroy me than me destroy you. And I think that's part of the dilemma that I'm having with, I've been suppressed for so long, and if I really let everything that I have in here out, and I have someone or whoever, whatever, or that energy, just a glimpse of that energy coming at me, God held that energy, right? And I'm not saying it to be mean, and I'm not saying it to instill fear or whatever, but I don't think that I'll be doing the same thing I did before, where I just sat down and took the beating, where I just stood around and focused on bettering life for people around me, without focusing on the beatdown that were giving me in any way. Just using me, using my energy, using my gifts, using everything that I had to offer in this world, just using it to their advantage, taking advantage of everything of me, and still disrespecting my person, still disrespecting just the matter that I am, just abusing the heck out of it. I don't think I'm the same person that used to take those treatments. And if it ever came back to where I have to confront the same energy, I hate to turn into them, and I think that's my damn problem. I don't want to turn into the energy, that abusive energy that abused me, right? But in a way, I'm not going to let it beat me down again. I'm not going to let it suppress me again. I'm not going to let it, just let it suffocate me slowly. Let it poison me slowly, the way it used to. So, I don't know. I guess I just wanted to talk about, not so much trying to, I don't know, convince somebody out there about, don't do this, don't do that, or whatever. It's just a part of me that I'm going through my own process of me not having to suppress myself anymore, because now I'm out of the cage. I don't have that energy suppressing me anymore, but I'm having a difficult time completely allowing my gifts to flow. I'm having a difficult time saying, okay, Tina, it's okay. It's okay. Come on. It's okay. It's okay. You're not going to get a beat down. And if you're going through the same thing, it's just, we're going to make it. We're going to make it. I mean, I know I'm going to make it. I know I'm going to make it out of this, whatever is called, stage of my life. Because I've overcome so much already. And as much as that energy tried to extinguish me, it didn't. It didn't. It didn't take any part of me. If anything, it probably just made me stronger, because when I was still, being suppressed by that energy, the attacks, when they came, I would use those attacks to, it's like, in a way, they started feeding me. All that negative, narcissistic bullshit, when it came at me, I would shift it so fast that I would feel so empowered. And that energy just fed me for days, weeks, months, So I know I'm not the same person that got the beat down, that got suffocated in a cage. I know that. But when it comes to my ability to allow all my, my spiritual gifts to flow where I'm comfortable, and I guess that's what I'm getting at. It's like I have to find this comfort zone where I'm like, okay, it's okay, Tina, it's okay. It's okay. You're not going to get a beating this time. And even if you do, you're going to overcome the beating or whatever. I don't know. But it doesn't feel like I'm suffocating in them anymore. They're slowly like flowing out of me, but I'm still having a bit of difficult time to completely allow this gifts to flow. Because at one time, I mean, they were like fully blown. I had a little glimpse in time where all of those gifts, they just started flowing and multiplying, and it was just like a smooth ride. But after that, God Almighty, it was like, okay, now it's time to go to hell. And I'm like, okay. So now for them to come back up and completely flow again, it's a bit uphill for me. So if you're going through that, I'm pretty sure, like I said, we're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it, because we're here to break all these generational curses, this, all this bullshit, all these lies, all this domesticated nonsense, right? That's never resonated with our being, and that's one of the reasons that this narcissistic energy attacks us so much. That it's so pissed off that it cannot break us. It cannot, it can't take our essence. It tries as much as it tries to feed on us, to feed off of us, to take everything that we are, to take everything that we have. As much as it tries to just demolish us, it just can't. It can't, and it gets so pissed off. It gets so freaking infuriated that it cannot break us. And, that's what we're here for. Because it can't break us. We're here to set a new freaking timeline. We're here to, break freaking protocol. Right? We're here to create a new world. A new sense of being human. Because whatever we had in place was not but bullshit. That cookie cutter bullshit. I don't know about y'all, but that never resonated with me. I don't know what it was, but ever since I remember, nope, it ain't for me, and that's not the way it should be. If like I came to experience this journey in a human body, and then I see other human beings, right? And I see the soul, the pure soul in them, because that's why I'm so trusting with people. That's why I've been trusting with people all my life, because whenever I see other people, it's like I see the pure soul in them. That's it. Yes, I see the darkness. Yes, I see the twisted side. Yes, I see, all the imbalances in there, but it's not as bright as their soul. So I'm like, I'll get blindsided by such a beautiful soul, and I see the purity of their being, and I'm like, oh, this is another person just like me, and yeah, I was completely blinded by their soul, by their soul's light, and even if they don't see it, I see it, and that's what matters to me. That's what matters to me, right? And they have all these twisted ways. They have all these darkness, all this, just this distortion in them. But it's not as bright as their soul. Like this moth to their light. It's like, oh, you have such a beautiful soul, and it's just so freaking beautiful and just luscious to me that I just, that's what I focus on. I don't focus on the darkness of them. For whatever reason, I have no idea. So, I've always been like that. I don't know why. I beats me. But, that energy is never gonna, the dark energy or whatever, as much as it beats us down, it's not able to overcome us. It can try all it wants. If we're here on a journey with a certain purpose, especially with a higher purpose, where the higher-ups are in charge, it's like, yeah, that energy is going to be allowed to beat us down to a certain extent, right? And it's not that we're powerless. We know we're not powerless. It's like we just allow it to do what it does. We just let it do what it do. We just let it do its do, right? And it thinks, and it acts, and it just takes its best shot every time, all the time, for as long as we allow it. But it's not like we're powerless against it. We know that it's the measure of the power that negative or dark energy has, right? And by the time you notice that, okay, this beatdown is getting too damn much, now it's time for you to cool it down a bit, calm your ass down a bit, and then when it sees you, trying to stand for yourself, when it sees you trying to stand your ground, trying to defend yourself, oh gosh, it's like it double, triples, quadruples its potency against you. but it still can't demolish you. And it gets pissed off. It gets super infuriated that you just won't fucking die. It's like, just lay down and die already. It's hilarious to me. It's hilarious. But yeah, guys, I guess I'm just here rambling again about it feels like I was suffocating in my own essence for so long, just because other people were afraid. They were living in so much fear, and I've never lived in fear. I've never lived in the same way. I mean, I've never thought the same way as most humans do. Uh, a lot of stuff still don't make sense to me. A lot of stuff, and it's mind blowing how much I don't think or act like the programming that the whole human collective has. It's just weird. But it does, all that beating from that negative energy, that narcissistic, twisted goo. It does affect you a lot. But it has no power over you until you allow it. It'll have power over you until you allow it to beat you down. That's how long it'll beat you down. It'll victimize you, especially after it has convinced you that you are its victim, you are its prey. So you better just lay down, take it, and let yourself just take it and let yourself get eaten by it. Just let it. I mean, it's super happy if you do that, but if you're starting to stand up for yourself and start saying, hold up, that's enough, then the beating, the abuse, it comes back double, triple, quadruple sometimes. I mean, that is why so many empaths lose their lives, right? That is why so many empaths end up slaughtered in the physical sense. Their bodies go missing. They end up, everybody knows. It's always the dynamic of the narcissistic energy in a human, and then the empath energy in another human, and it's like there's this ever fighting flow of the light versus the darkness, and the darkness versus the light, and then they're going at each other, and before you know it, the empath takes so much beating. And it's so trusting, because an empath is naturally trusting. It can't help it. We can't fucking help it. It's so annoying sometimes, because we see and we feel the light in those beings. Because even the darkest dark has light in them. They come from the light. But they have completely distorted themselves through their journey or whatever, that we just get lost. We get lost in the sense of, well, I see how beautiful you are on the inside, and I trust you still after you done beat me down so many times. I still love you. I still trust you. I still have no boundaries with you, and that shows you that I still love you. And that's when, the narcissistic energy ends up, extinguishing the empath. That's why we have so many murders and all that disgusting stuff, right? Because the empath has overly trusted that energy. Because it failed to discern, because it failed to have boundaries. It failed to stand up for itself and say, you know what, no more. You beat me, you're getting ass whooping. So, in a way, it's like, it's a good thing being so loving and trusting and helping humanity. But in another way, it's not. Because when you have no boundaries, that works against you. When you have no discernment, and it's not like we don't have it. I think every human has discernment. We just don't know how to use it. We just don't know what it is sometimes. But we have it. We all have it. You're able to discern, right from wrong. You're able to feel. You're able to perceive something that's not good coming your way. Something that, is trying to deceive you. I think we all have it. And some of us use it for good, and some of us use it to their advantage, right? They use it to get over on people. They use it to get their way. They use it to feed off other people that can't stand in their power or haven't realized how much power they have over that energy. So it doesn't matter, where we're at in our journeys. The focus of the whole thing is that we should never lose ourselves. We should never lose ourselves in the sense of, okay, we have been programmed and so domesticated to be a certain way, to live life in a certain sense. If that doesn't resonate with you, because you're here to experience life through you, through your eyes, through your senses, through the way that feels right to you. You're not here to live life by another person's perception. You're not here to live life through another person's opinion on how you should live it, on how you should act, on how you should speak, on how you should move, breathe, whatever, right? No, you're here to experience life your own way. You're here to experience and breathe the journey of life that was given to you, authentically to you, without having a sense of, oh, I can't do this, or I can't do that, or I can't act this way, or I can't go that way, just because another freaking human has an opinion of it. That's not the way, that's not why we're here. We're here to live life and breathe life the way it feels right to you. And if another human has a problem with that's their issue. As long as you're not hurting another human, why should it be a problem the way you think, the way you feel, the way you live, the way you choose things, the way you choose to handle yourself? If you're not hurting another human on purpose, in a malicious way, and try to destroy another human being, what's so wrong with you having an opinion of life itself, on whatever? What's so wrong with you living your own life the way you want to live it? What's so wrong with that? I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Why should it be? It's not like, a bird is gonna tell a plant how to grow. Make it make sense, right? Or vice versa. How is a tree going to tell another tree, well, you can't grow that way. You can't grow that way. You have to grow to the other side. And you can't grow those fruits. You have to fruit something else. Ah, shit. It's like the deeper you go into that, humans are just so mind-blowing. Like, why do we do that to ourselves? We don't see nature doing that to herself. It doesn't. Oh my gosh, it's just mind-blowing. But anyways, I don't think we should live in a cage, right, of anything. And yes, even if we took a beating from that narcissistic, dark, icky, gooey energy, it's always going to be here. Let's face it, darkness is always going to be. And darkness is a beautiful thing. I mean, it's gorgeous, you know. But we shouldn't allow it to just keep us suppressed all the time, or keep us diminish our light and just completely consume it. No, stand your goddamn ground towards it, right? Because if you're the light being and you embody more light than darkness, um, there has to be a balance. I mean, you can't be all light. You can't. That's not in the human body. You can't. I'm sorry to burst people's bubbles out there, but if you're in the human body, you cannot embody all just light and love and everything nice. As beautiful as that sounds, it's fucking delusional. We all have all the elements, and as we all have, both light and darkness. So, as long as you're not hurting another human being on purpose with that mission in mind, I don't see why, we are pushed and abused to suppress who we really are and what we really are. That don't even sound right to me. So, and after, you done overcame all that negative energy, all that darkness, yes, you're going to be a bit traumatized. You're going to have all kinds of, how do you call them? How do we done came up with so many goddamn names. You have OCD, PTSD, ABCDFG, whatever the hell we have, right? I mean, those are real symptoms. It's just symptoms that, were left after whatever human abuse was put upon us, being in the DNA form. It's just a part of being human. And we got to overcome that. We have to overcome that. We have to take accountability for ourselves to say, okay, I have this issue going on. Hold up. That's a complete unbalanced thing. And we got to take self-accountability and say, this is my responsibility to balance. It's my responsibility to make sense of it and bring it back into balance. Yes, they did it to me, but now it's mine. I ended up with this shit. They gave it to me. All right. It's my gift. Let me see what I can do with it. Right. So, even if we've been beaten down so severely in the mind, in the heart, in the physical, I mean, just everything, right? A lot of people have completely lost themselves to the point where, they go into certain psychosis, and some of them don't make it out of psychosis. So if you're out of the cage of suppression and the beatdown that you have taken from all these unbalanced humans all through your journey, but psychosis didn't take you yet, you're a freaking warrior. You're a warrior that's going for its victory. Okay, because people that get stuck in that psychosis completely lose themselves. They lose. It's like they get unhinged and they detach from their own soul, and they completely lose sense of who they are. So, people that make it out of psychosis, it takes a huge effort to come out of it. It's possible to come out of it, of course. It just depends on how extreme the person takes it to be. Because even when you're in psychosis, you know what's going on. You know who you are. And you know how far you allow yourself to go into the depths of that darkness. So if you made it out, congratulations. And again, my salutes to you, because that's a very extreme journey to go through. It's tough. It's super tough. But once you make it out, even if it feels like you've been beat down and you think you're still in a cage of suppression by other humans having so much negative energy that they beat you down with it all your life, you're no longer there. And it might feel that you're still there, but we're not. This energy we're going through, the frequency is rising and rising and rising, and it's not going back to the Neanderthal age anymore. We're elevating. You know, our evolution calls for a higher vibrational state of being. And if you don't keep up with it, if you don't raise your energy, if you don't raise your vibration and detach from all this cookie cutter protocol programming in your mind and in your heart, and drop all that bullshit and genuinely breathe in your own journey how you think and what you feel you are here for, then you're still going to be in that cage, right? But I mean, we're not. I don't think, even when other people abuse us and it beats us and cages us and whatever, we shouldn't lose track of who we really and truly, genuinely are. Ever. Don't let anything in this goddamn realm break you. Anything, nothing, and no one. Don't let that. Don't allow anything to take your soul. Don't allow nothing, to just keep you completely dismantled out of yourself. That's not cool. And yes, we're gonna have a beating, of course. And yes, we're gonna be damn fragmented as hell, because I mean, that's what humans do. Especially the unconscious ones. They have no consciousness. It seems like they have no consciousness, but I mean, they do. They are. I mean, it's just part of the journey, right? But we shouldn't allow our true being, our true essence, to get lost in the damn sauce. That's what I'm trying to say. And even after making it out of the cage and out of the chains and the bondages and all that shit, we can still grow. We can, heal all those fragmented parts of ourselves and bring ourselves back to life, completely in our own essence and live in our truth. So I think that's all I have for today, guys, because it's a lot. But anyways, I love y'all. Thank you for sticking around again. Again, a lot of us is going through a weird journey. I mean, I've never been in this stage before, and it feels good. It feels right, and it's good to experience it. I mean, I know I'm glad I'm here. I'm so grateful that I'm here. As much as it is challenging in a way, but no, it's beautiful to experience. So just enjoy the journey, guys. I love y'all. I will be back soon. Stay safe, stay grateful, and don't ever dim your light for no one. Okay? Alright, guys. I love y'all. Bye.